Hello, this is Brian Shannon speaking for the World Cup Advisor. Today is Friday. It is October 13th, 2006. And this is just to give you a little wrap up about where I think the market is, where I think it's going, what I think is important, and kind of recap some of the recent performance in the account as well. On the screen right now, I've got a daily time frame chart of the mid cap spiders. And as you know, if you've been listening to me for the last couple of weeks, this was one area that I was concerned about. I thought that there was problems with this market potentially developing on a weekly time frame, a bearish flag that I thought could break down. That clearly changed last week, as I pointed out, when the market got back up above and held above on a closing basis, that 200-day moving average right here at about 139. We had a little bit of testing of that 200-day moving average earlier this week, and we've really launched higher later in the week, in particular yesterday, from that level, taking out these July highs that I've been mentioning, and now it looks like it's headed for this next level of potential resistance right up here, actually right at it, from back in June. So the mid caps are clearly in a much better position than they have been. The reason for my concern is no longer there. I think that this market is clearly in a confirmed bull market, and that's going to be great for a lot of the stocks that I like to trade. My only concern is that the market's a little bit overbought right now, and clearly if we look at the chart of the NASDAQ 100, that's a little bit easier to see the overbought level that we're at, that we've really had a heck of a rally in here, in particular since we had that test of the conjunction of the 20 and 200-day moving average about a week and a half ago. It's been pretty much straight up every day since then. Good news is the equities account has done well too. We've seen some nice trades in there based on a couple of the different stocks, such as SIFY. Got involved right in here on this one, so that was a nice trade. ICOC, NA, got involved in here and out there. NABI, here was another good trade just as the move began. Kind of sold it a little bit early, but as I always say, that's what I do. I sell early, and I've got no problem with that. And certainly, if you look at the performance chart, the equity curve that should be along with this email that you're getting, then you can see that what I take the most pride in is the level of that chart. And what I mean is that it's a nice steady uptrend. I started that account, the equities account, back on March 15th, back in here when the market was right around where it is now. And it's a long only account, trade only from the long side. Even while the market was declining, take a look at that equity curve and you'll see that it was, nice steady uptrend. Last month was, September was my only losing month, and it's kind of ironic that the market had such a good month. But I don't really like to compare myself to the market so much, because what I like to think of it is just the way that I trade is really just controlling risk at all costs. I think if you control risk and have some good stock picking ideas, that the upside will take care of itself. And if as long as you're cutting the losers and holding the winners, things that we're all told and we know we should do, but something that I think that that I happen to be pretty good at, and that's why I think that you ought to consider my program for a portion of your money. So be sure to talk to those guys over there at the World Cup Advisor. As far as where I think the market goes from here, next week we have options expiration. There's still a lot of good setups in the market. The market's overbought. It's due for a pullback. But, that's the way it's been for the last week. I could sound like a broken record going over that. Point is, I'm going to continue to take it stock by stock. I think there's still a lot of great stocks set up in there. One I'm in right now is the stem cells. If you look at my blog, I kind of laid out a cause for why that might be a political play as well. But anyways, I bought in some of that today, and if it can break this little downtrend line here, this little, you might even want to call it a symmetrical triangle. I think it's it's showing a nice volume pattern. This one looks good. I mean, I've got a list as long as my arm. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's a lot of great opportunities setting up out there in the market, and I continue to think that this is a very favorable time to have your money involved in the market. And if you trust me with that responsibility, I can tell you that I'm going to do my best for you. And my money's involved as well with the same exact trades as you guys. And what I focus on, again, is risk management. And with that and some good stock picks, I should be able to continue to outperform any index you put in front of me. Thanks for listening, and be sure to contact those guys at World Cup Advisor if you have any questions.